Eh?
I'll tell you guys when we're ready.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. And we are live, people.
Hello tout le monde.
Salut la gang. Hey guys. Another evening of table ronde avec moi ce soir. J'ai mon oncle Bob et j'ai notre fond ami Luco.
Salut,
Nico,
Comment ça va, messieurs?
ça va bien, ça va bien.
ça va bien moi aussi?
Mhm.
Give me a sec just to get the stream going. And we are good to go. I
Ouais.
want to just keep. En cas qu'il y a des commentaires pour ceux qui se branchent, je vous garde. There we go. Now I can see the comments. Perfect. This one here. Attends. Ça ici, là. Kill this one. J'ai pas besoin. Parfait. So, guys, salut. Bonsoir à tous. It's another episode of Roundtable here at Photography with AJ. As I was saying, I've got Uncle Bob and Luco with me. And it's been a pretty big week. Ça a été une pas mal grande semaine, spécialement avec moi. J'ai pas arrêté depuis pas hier, le vendredi d'avant. On avait la grande fin de semaine des portes ouvertes chez Gosselin, aux 5 magasins. C'était le samedi puis dimanche. Puis le lundi, on avait le grand éclipse. On va parler un peu de ça aujourd'hui. Guys, what have you guys been up to since we've talked the last month?
I ordered a Nikon F3 from eBay and
And
I got it, but it didn't work. So they're going to send me another one.
you still haven't got the new one?
Not yet. No, I should be getting it next week. And du monde bien correct, par exemple. J'ai juste écrit que, regarde, je l'ai reçu, ça ne fonctionne pas. And they says, no problem. It says, either send it back to us or it says, we'll send you another one. And when you get it, send it back to us. See? So I'm just waiting to receive that. So
Fantastic.
and that's about it. Besides that, well, did normal stuff, went to work, played in a concert. So
Nice. Any photos?
the concert, yeah, I have a few.
Okay.
Like maybe Andrew, no, Nicholas took them.
Nicholas took them.
Yeah, Nicholas took them.
Good. Great.
And I have a few, a few videos and stuff like that. So
Fantastic.
c'est ça que j'ai fait la semaine passée.
Nice. How about you, Luco?
Ben, j'ai profité de l'éclipse comme beaucoup de gens.
Ouais.
J'ai pas fait beaucoup de photos pendant l'éclipse, mais c'était voulu. J'étais surtout là pour en profiter. Mais j'étais capable de snapper une petite photo pendant la totalité pour en profiter. Fait que ça, c'est quand même bien. Mais c'était vraiment très non planifié, là. On en profite, clic, 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 puis après, on
Ouais,
dépose
ouais.
les photos pour regarder l'événement.
Tout à
Euh,
main levée?
oui, exact, ouais, exact, exact. Mais ça a quand même bien sorti. C'est juste que j'ai pas une longue focale là, sur mon boîtier numérique, là. Donc,
OK.
euh, ça fait que l'éclipse totale elle-même est un peu petite sur l'image, mais c'est pas grave. Ça fait un bon souvenir malgré tout.
Ben oui, surtout, tu sais, c'est ça, j'ai entendu aussi dire, je sais pas qui l'a dit sur les médias, mais il y a quelqu'un qui a dit que, c'était quelqu'un apparemment de média qui était présent à Parc Jean-Drapeau. Apparemment, Parc Jean-Drapeau, ce qu'ils ont fait, c'est qu'ils ont acheté 150 000 lunettes solaires, puis ils donnaient ça gratuitement les premières 150 000 personnes qui arrivent apparemment, c'était la folie.
Oh, oui.
That's
Mais
well.
je pense qu'ils ont reçu 3 fois ça.
Ah, je serais pas surpris à voir les images, là, ça avait l'air plein.
Ben oui, puis je regardais hier, je n'ai pas regardé aujourd'hui, mais j'en ai vu encore des photos d'éclipses passer. Les miennes, il faut que je les poste. Justement, je vais t'en montrer quelques-uns que j'ai fait durant mon événement. Nous, on avait fait ça, un pop-up event. Euh, ben, c'était supposé être plutôt un pop-up event que ça a devenu un peu plus compliqué qu'on avait pensé. Mais on a eu finalement une centaine de personnes au 10-30 à Brossard. Puis it was fantastic. During the totality, I don't know if you guys were out actually outside in the totality, but la baisse de température durant les 2 minutes, là, je pense qu'on a perdu 6 degrés.
Ah oui, on l'a vu, la différence. Puis,
Ouais, ouais.
moi, je m'étais éloigné. J'avais conduit jusqu'à Granby, justement, pour avoir une totalité plus longue. Puis, même 10-15 minutes avant, tu voyais que la température baissait. Là, puis, pour les 3 minutes de totalité qu'on a eu à Granby, il faisait froid. Tu voyais la grande différence. Là.
Ah oui, puis
Ouais, ouais.
justement, je vais te le montrer ici. Ça en était une des photos qui était prise. Le groupe au début, j'expliquais les équipements que j'avais portés. J'avais amené 2 télescopes avec moi. Le télescope, je ne sais pas si vous voyez ici, dans le fond, ça c'était un télescope d'un refracteur. Ici, je suis en train de démontrer mon équatorial avec, ça c'est juste avec ma 200-600. Puis je ne sais pas si vous voyez ici dans le fond, ça c'est mon télescope d'observation, que lui, il était monté pour observer à l'œil nu euh, le soleil. J'avais un filtre, technically it's an 8-inch diameter, 1,200 millimeter focal length. And what I did was I reduced it to a 2-inch, 1200 mm, avec un filtre Bader, which is basically a filter that turns, depending what type of filters you had set up on your lenses and your telescopes, some were film filters and some were metallic filters. The one that I had was a metallic filter made by Bader Planetarium, which actually shows the true color of the sun, which is white. You have other film depending, and Uncle, you'll remember in the day of film, we used to, instead of always running around for welder filters or filters for welders, um, we used to take film, expose it to daylight, develop it, and use that as the filter. And many of the glasses that you received or purchased with the cardboard glasses,
Yeah, half
that's what it
filled.
was film.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
filled. Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
And evidently, depending on the base acetate, what color the base acetate was, that was the color of the sun also.
Yeah.
So the big discussion on that day was how come my sun came out white and so-and-so's sun came out white, and those who had the Nisi hard glass filters versus the ones who had les lunettes voyaient ça rouge. Puis ceux qui avaient aussi, il y avait comme la compagnie Celestron avait fait genre un boîte à carton à peu près grande même
Oui, je
with
l'ai vu ça.
a plastic filter,
Yeah.
and you just put that over your lens, right? Well, why was that kind of a greenish? It all depended on the base of
Yeah, that's right.
the celluloid that they used,
That's right. Yeah.
you know.
Mais
But
quand tu parles avec le filtre ici en vert, lui, il donnait une couleur naturelle du
plus
sol.
blanc, oui,
Ok.
exactement, exactement. Hold on now, I'm just gonna. So if just to show you the event, let me go back to the share. So my colleague Cyril from Montreal, he went around and grabbed a couple of snapshots. This is my colleague in Laval, who's also the trainer there, Alex. Here you've got me
Ok.
adjusting my
Tu vas revenir sur l'autre photo un petit instant.
sur l'autre, oui.
Ouais. Est-ce que la personne, tu sais, à côté d'Alex, il y a comme un appareil photo? C'est ça que tu parles, la boîte de ça?
Exactement. Ce style, puis justement, je pense que j'en ai un où ce qu'on le voit de face. Juste ici. Ça, c'est notre collègue de Laval aussi. There's me doing the spiel. I thought I had one of, hold on. Alors, tu le vois, il y a ici, là. Oh no, they're not pointed at, okay, they're not pointed here. But anyways, au lieu d'avoir comme la mienne qui est aluminisée, or je veux dire argentée, you would have like a black or a brown filter in that place. And these are ones that I made.
Yeah.
T'achètes ça en feuille, puis tu le fais toi-même pour la grandeur de ton objectif. Moi, je pense que j'en ai fait au moins une demi-douzaine pour différentes grandeurs, de grosseur Oh, and this is this one here I was using just a 20 millimeter. This one here I was using to get just straight out vertical paysage of what was in front of us. So that my idea is later on, I'm going to make je vais faire
You know,
les croissants jusqu'à la totalité.
yeah. You're gonna make the steps here.
Exactly.
Ah,
And
ouais.
I'll show you what my filter. Wait a
Charles de
minute.
Laval, il a posté une belle photo de ça, justement, sur
Qui
son
ça?
Louis-Charles.
Oui, justement. And mine looks like this. So here we got just the very beginning when it started kissing the sun, the moon started kissing the sun, and then it on to. So these here are sunspots, and they're actually c'est des zones plus froides. C'est techniquement de où vient des solar flares puis des prominences, and I'll show you the difference as it gets closer to totality. Here we have totality. I missed the Bailey's rings because I was farther down the line and I wasn't paying attention. But what you see here are prominences, these pink and red, which are basically flares that return to the surface of the sun.
This was shot with your Sony?
This is shot with my Sony. This is actually shot with my APS-C, my 6500. So on my 600 millimeter, this actually equates to a 900 millimeter. And I was shooting at f16, 1/60th of a second. Sorry, 1/60th, 1/160th of a second at 100 ISO with my filter. This was without the filter. Sorry. These ones over here were with the filter. So you'll notice that the sun.
Yeah, you can see the difference. Yeah.
Tu vois? And this is no filter over here. So that's why I got the actual colors of the flares.
Yeah.
And here I went even a little bit further, and the Bailey's beads would actually are just when it would have been on this side of the sun, of the moon, and it would have been, when you get those little des scintillements de lumière on the rim of the moon, that's what we call the Bailey's beads. This was now starting to move off of the sun. And then I actually caught the ring. I was just slightly way overexposed. I wasn't paying attention to the whatchamacallit, because I had the filter off. I put the filter straight on afterwards, after this shot right here, to continue with the rest of the so these were basically the ones that I shot from that event, which was really nice to see everybody there. A lot of people beaucoup de gens qui fait partie même du groupe Facebook. I'm trying to get out of the share. Fait que c'était vraiment intéressant, puis c'était un beau réussite. J'ai eu beaucoup d'aide de mes collègues, spécialement, tu vois ici, si jamais vous allez sur le YouTube, mon YouTube, je veux dire, puis vous allez dans live. Si je vais juste fermer le son. But this is basically it. So here you have, I was using the YOLO box. Actually, that was after. Let's go the other way. Hold on. Away. Go back. So from here, Now we're in totality here. That was with my 20 millimeter. This is with the 600 millimeter. C'est ça. Fait que tu vois, même j'étais sous-exposé. Sans ISO F16, un 160e. Puis malheureusement, mon déclencheur à fil, j'ai pété le fil USB, fait que it would short out. So that's why I put it on the 5-second timer. And this was the eclipse leaving, basically. So you got that on YouTube. I put it as a special event. It was a nice day. It was a really nice day. We all enjoyed it.
Well,
I'm glad as many people that were able to participate in it did, and those who were around also took the time. I got all kinds of comments all week.
well, in the Repentigny, it was a partial.
Was it partial? Yeah.
Yeah, it was a partial. But when I came out of the store, the light was so beautiful.
Oh yeah.
It was so beautiful. It was like half, half night, half day.
Yeah, yeah.
Was it such a beautiful light? And I didn't have my camera with me because I would have taken some pictures, not of the eclipse, but of the light, of the light.
Right.
It was really a beautiful light.
The only thing that I missed was I would have liked to have probably taken out a film camera.
Yeah.
And see what my color film on my Olympus would have given. But evidently, all I had on that camera was a 50 millimeter. So I mean, it would have been so far off that we wouldn't have been able to see much. But it would have been nice to see, like, if I could have had like a 600 millimeter on maybe the next eclipse in October, even though it'll only be an annular eclipse, I might, just for the hell of it, try it out, because I do have a 500 millimeter with M42 mount, a screw mount.
Yeah, okay.
So basically, you can adapt it to any camera. And I probably put it on the Nikon F3 and see what I can do with that.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Yeah, no, well, in our day we used to photograph these things with film, so you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, no matter what, it's daylight exposures. It's not long exposures.
No, exactly. C'est ça, too.
And the beauty with the F3 is I have the waist level viewfinder, so I don't even have to, look behind the telescope. I can just put it directly on the telescope and go for it, Actually, that's true. I could put that on the refractor. I have I should have done that. I should have just taken the F3 and slapped it on the 1,000 millimeter. But I didn't think about it, and that's what happens when you have too much equipment.
Ouais, c'est ça. Ça serait un autre boîtier à gérer.
Ben, c'est ça, exactement. Déjà que j'avais deux boîtiers, puis
OK, deux.
j'avais deux boîtiers, puis j'avais Cyril puis Alex. They were controlling my big white Dob. And Alex was actually Alex. I'm glad Alex was there because I was having trouble. Il y a certaines personnes qui ont venu de la rue avec leur téléphone. And technically, you can take a phone and put it over the eyepiece of the observational telescope, and all you're doing is really it's called digicam. Basically, you're using a digital camera with the focal length of the eyepiece of the telescope to project the image into the camera. But I must have drank too much coffee that morning. I couldn't get the phone to be perpendicular. But Alex, en dedans de quelques minutes, il a pu. Puis après ça, il a pogné il a pogné son coup. Puis he was able to get at least the few people who did have their phones who wanted to take pictures. He was able to do it with that. And I had the other telescope where there was one lady who came back 2 or 3 times with her. Elle avait un Z5. Puis on a monté ça sur le 1000 mm. Puis elle a adoré ça. Elle avait un 700-300. Non, elle avait un 70-300. Puis à un moment donné, elle m'a demandé d'utiliser le télescope. Fait qu'elle elle a embarqué dessus. Il y avait quelques bridges. There was one gentleman there with a Nikon Coolpix P. C'était un P1000 qui fait un grossissement de 124x. Et puis, sa femme, je pense qu'elle avait un D. 5200 or 5300. There were a couple of Olympuses there. There was 2 or 3 Fujis there.
Le Cool Pick, justement, ce budget-là, c'est pas genre l'équivalent de comme 1000 mm, quelque chose genre. Je sais que c'est un fou.
La P1000, c'est un 3000 mm.
Oh wow. Ok, je savais que c'est comme
Yeah.
un gros zoom là-dessus. Là.
Oh, yeah. Well, 3000. They advertise it as a 3000. Oh, sorry, they advertise it as 124, but technically it's not. Technically, it is a. Oh, what's this? I just got a quick. Print the.
Ouais, ben c'est même pas un capteur APS-C, si je me rappelle bien. C'est un peu pour ça qu'ils peuvent jouer avec les chiffres. Là.
Oh oui, c'est un capteur, je pense, d'1/3 de pouce.
Ouais, ça, c'est un plus petit capteur, mais pareil, pour ça.
En temps réel, c'est un 60X quand tu le calcules avec le 50 mm de notre œil.
Ouais.
Mais ça a sorti des très belles photos. Justement, il m'en a envoyé, je l'ai dessus, il m'en a envoyé un exemple de son. Puis justement, je vais faire pour les gens qui ont réservé pour cet événement-là, je vais faire un Zoom cette semaine où ce qu'on va pouvoir partager tous nos photos, puis jaser de. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? It's not him. My buddy. Oh, here it is. So this is what he shot. Through his bridge, which he got a very good, it was a little bit out of focus, but I mean, evidently. There you go. So you got the sunspots.
That's what the P.
That's the P1000.
Yeah.
And he did this one over here. Where did he put it? So this was his totality.
Oh wow.
Right. And it came out pretty good still.
Yeah, considering that it's got a small captor.
Yeah. Exactly. And what did my buddy Phil went out with his son in Sherbrooke. Where did I put it? And he did. Why can't I see you? Oh, wait. His came out like this. Actually, I even have a shot of his. Okay, not this one. This one. Here we go. So this was Phil. Where is he? This is the gentleman I do the intro to Astro with. Coming up. I heard somebody join in. Where are you?
Hey,
we got Mark. Hey, oui.
Hi, Mark.
So here we got Philippe avec son. Ça, c'est ses 2 télescopes. Ici, c'est un 800 mm, puis ça, c'est un 950. Ça, c'est un 4 pouces, puis ici, il y a un 5 pouces. Ça, c'est un 4 pouces, c'est ça. Puis lui, qu'est-ce qu'il a réussi? Finalement, c'était ça ici.
Whoa.
So this is what I wanted to do, but I just didn't get enough of the crescents. But he got the whole right up to totality. And then all the way back.
C'est une très belle composition, ça.
Yeah. He did a really good job. And then he replaced the with just the sun. So if you look here, you've got the sun.
Yeah.
Inside of the totality.
Yeah, he inversed it.
Exactly. Which is a beautiful shot. He really did. Il a bien réussi ça. Hey, Mark, I see you there. We can't hear you. Are you on your phone?
I'm unmuting and the video should be functioning.
How you doing, sir? Welcome.
Okay, I'm there. So, hey, everyone.
Bonjour.
Bonjour tout le monde.
Bonjour.
On parlait justement du l'éclipse lundi.
OK.
Tu l'as-tu vu?
Oui, je l'ai vu de Laval, mais j'étais pas préparé pour la regarder parce que j'étais occupé malheureusement pour
Oui.
d'autres choses.
OK.
Mais qu'est-ce que j'ai fait, c'est que à cause d'amis qui ont mis un petit post pour comment faire une boîte à réflexion d'éclipse, ça veut dire que je regardais à travers une boîte carrée avec deux ouvertures et un pinhole, un trou dans une feuille d'aluminium, la grosseur d'une tête d'aiguille. Ça m'a permis de le voir.
Oui.
J'avais aussi, je voulais prendre des photos car j'avais des vitres fumées ND16, 8, 4 et 2. Mais le problème, c'est qu'en faisant de la recherche pour vérifier si, pour savoir les tables, les affaires comme ça, il y a quelqu'un qui a émis, puis il a dit, écoutez, si vous avez acheté du verre qui est de haute qualité, ça veut dire on met le prix pour les acheter, ils vont être UVA, UVB protégés. Tandis que si on fait venir ça de Chine, comme j'ai fait moi, qui me permet de prendre des photos à l'extérieur à la lumière normale, mais si on pointe au soleil, on pouvait endommager notre caméra. Alors, j'ai décidé de ne pas endommager ma caméra juste en cas.
Ah, oui.
Bon, techniquement, ça prenait absolument minimum un ND 16.6, qui est un équivalent de. Il laisse passer en travers le filtre seulement 1 sur 100 000, la quantité de lumière naturelle.
OK. Mais est-ce
Anything
que.
under that, anything under that would have worked. The advantage of having a what we call a serious filter is that it blocks infrarouge et ultraviolet quand même avec la lumière visible. So when you
OK.
see an ND filter qui est IR, those are the better filters.
Ah, OK. Alors là, je
Okay.
ferai une recherche, moi, où est-ce que j'ai acheté mon verre, parce que j'avais pris des photos là, pour savoir, parce que je n'avais pas de numéro sur ma vitre ou rien.
Right.
Alors, c'est. Mais écoutez, j'ai peut-être
Mais,
voulu trop protéger, mais j'aime mieux conserver mon appareil photo.
mais justement, ton
Ben
petit
oui.
projet que tu as fait là, mon copain ici qui fait l'astro avec moi, je vais te montrer qu'est-ce qu'il a fait avec son fils. C'est qu'il a fait la même chose, mais en style de. Il a fait un pancarte.
Ah, OK.
Regardez qu'est-ce qu'il a fait. So, il a fait un pancarte avec des pinholes. OK? Il a
OK.
percé juste avec une aiguille. Puis il l'a tenu au soleil durant les croissants.
OK.
Puis c'est ça que ça a donné. Tu vois le croissant dans toutes les chiffres. And you see him over here with his son. This is the board that he made.
Ah, c'est
And
le
when you
fun.
look at it close up, just in the shadows, that's what you get.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, c'est le
Hey,
fun, ça.
Tu vois?
fun, ben oui.
Look at that.
Nice shot, yeah.
Right?
Ouais.
Fait que, puis lui était équipé avec ça.
OK.
Alors pour ceux, oui, vas-y.
Alors, les fils qui sont devant les télescopes de monsieur,
Oui.
c'est quoi? C'était-tu une feuille qui a été achetée quelque part puis a été improvisée
Ouais,
ou.
ça ici, ça c'est Thousand Oaks. C'est une compagnie qui spécialise dans les filtres pour l'astronomie.
OK,
OK? Puis justement, ça, c'en est un. euh, c'est un filtre en vitre, est solide, est métallisé. OK? Que la lumière dedans, celui-là, comme mon Bader à moi, qui est un pellicule, comme un gélatine argenté, but c'est pas du mylar. C'est meilleur que du mylar because it doesn't. What happens with a mylar filter is that over time, the filter oxidizes and it creates pinholes.
ah, OK,
So it lets the light in and it doesn't block it well enough. This one here that he has here, if I'm not mistaken, and I I can always invite Phil over for one of our round tables like tonight. But that one there, Uncle Bob and Luco, remember I was telling you about the film filters?
Yeah, yeah.
That one there is the equivalent of that. C'est un pellicule genre
Exposé,
c'est un acétate noir parce que ça, il bloque la lumière, mais il bloque en fonction de quelle couleur qui était l'acétate. So, d'après moi, là, son 5 pouces, quand il a pris la photo avec son 5 pouces, peut-être, ça se peut très bien que le soleil soit orangé. Tandis qu'avec avec le Thousand Oaks ici, c'est réellement la couleur du soleil qui est réellement blanc. Our sun produces white light, not the orange and the yellows and the reds that we usually see. That happens through filtration. And it depends also whether the sun is rising or setting. Because evidently more atmosphere that the sunlight passes through, the redder that light gets through diffraction. Evidently, we were lucky because l'éclipse est arrivé au-dessus de 35 degrés au-dessus de l'horizon. Puis, tu sais, il y avait moins d'atmosphère que la lumière avait besoin de passer. So that's why we were able to see all that white, beautiful white light.
OK. En tout cas, qu'est-ce que j'ai beaucoup aimé? Moi, j'étais à Laval. Alors, c'est comme j'ai déjà discuté avec Luco l'autre jour, c'est que moi, j'ai pas eu un éclipse total, mais la lumière avant le gros de l'éclipse, la lumière environnementale a totalement changé. C'était quelque chose de différent. Puis je ne sais pas s'il y a eu du monde qui ont vu la même affaire que moi. Si j'avais été équipé pour prendre une photo, je pense que j'aurais eu une photo extraordinaire. Pourquoi? C'est que juste après l'éclipse totale, on va dire l'éclipse totale au-dessus de Laval, il y a un avion qui a passé devant la Lune pour moi. Alors,
Oui.
j'ai un avion.
Yeah.
Oui. Y a-t-il d'autres personnes qui l'ont vu, ça?
Ben, je l'ai vu, mais sans l'avion, là. Moi, c'est justement avant que tu arrives, je disais aux autres qu'à Repentigny, c'était partiel aussi.
OK.
Puis la lumière, quand j'ai sorti du magasin, j'étais dans un magasin, quand j'ai sorti du magasin, it was so beautiful. It was une lumière, puis j'avais pas mes appareils photo avec moi.
C'est
But
ça.
the light was so beautiful. Tu sais, c'était un autre genre de lumière, là. Tu sais, c'était...
I actually, in the morning, while I was setting up, because we showed up at about 9:30 and 9:30, a quarter to 10, to start setting up our equipment at the 10:30. Puis à un moment donné, I pointed my 200-600 avec le filtre puis tout. J'avais pas mis le filtre, c'est ça. J'avais pas mis le filtre encore. And I was just starting to and all of a sudden, I shot a couple of shots and I saw a white streak. I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, I scrapped my sensor. So I cap my lens and I look up, puis c'était un jet, tu sais, les jets blancs que les avions, mais il a passé direct dans le milieu de mon champ de vision. And I was like, oh, thank God.
Oui, mais imagine-toi là, si tu avais été prête à le prendre, parce que moi, c'est que je rentrais à l'intérieur, j'ai pris mes petites vitres, j'ai regardé l'éclipse à travers les petites vitres aussi, mais je n'ai
Ouais.
pas regardé longtemps en cas que ça ne soit pas hyper sécuritaire. Alors, je me
Ouais.
suis permis de regarder une fraction de seconde ou deux, mais là, c'est quand j'ai baissé ces vitres-là, puis je vois tu as le jet de l'avion qui
Oui.
traverse la Lune et j'avais l'avion qui était 1 centimètre au-dessus de l'éclipse. Si j'avais été équipé, ça aurait été pour moi une très belle photo.
Oui,
Tu
oui,
sais?
certain, certain.
Et qu'est-ce que vous
Puis
voulez?
juste pour ajouter, j'ai trouvé sur notre groupe, notre loco, il a partagé pour nous autres sa réussite.
Yes.
Nice
Good
shot.
job, man.
Ouais.
Yeah, good shot. Ouais.
Il t'a fait ça juste avec un 80 mm?
Ouais, ben exactement. Comme je disais, moi, j'ai vraiment pas. J'allais là, on allait à Granby pour profiter de plus de totalité, mais j'allais
Oui.
pas là nécessairement pour avoir plus de temps pour prendre la photo. Donc, c'était plus de temps pour profiter de la totalité. Mais c'est
Puis,
sûr que j'avais quand même apporté mon appareil photo, là. Puis,
t'avais-tu cadré plus serré ou ça, c'est la photo
ah,
d'origine?
c'est sûr que là, on ne le voit pas à cause de Facebook, mais la seule chose que j'ai faite, c'est que je l'ai croppé carré. Donc, euh, Donc, si on avait un cadre blanc, on verrait que ce serait un carré. Mais
Oui.
c'est ça. Je l'ai vraiment pris à 80 mm parce que sur ma Fuji, j'ai pas plus gros zoom que ma 16-80 pour l'instant, là.
OK.
Donc, Ben, quoi que, au final, j'ai repensé par la suite, mais j'aurais pu adapter une de mes objectifs Minolta. J'ai un 200 mm
Ben oui.
que j'aurais pu adapter, mais ça me sort. Comme je dis, j'ai pas fait de préparation. J'ai dit, si j'en prends deux, trois petites photos à main levée, c'était vraiment à main levée, là. J'ai profité quand la totalité est arrivée. On a profité de 30 secondes. J'ai dit, ah, OK, je vais prendre deux, trois photos, enlève le cap, prendre deux, trois photos, ajuste mes settings pour être sûr que ça ne soit pas surexposé.
Ouais.
Après avoir pris deux, trois photos comme celle-là, j'ai redéposé mon appareil photo et là, il reste à peu près 2 minutes, 1 minute 30 de totalité et j'ai juste profité du spectacle, là.
OK.
Ah,
Mais
c'est un nice
c'était
shot. C'est un nice shot, là, quoi.
very nice shot, du coup.
Oui,
Oui,
super.
j'étais vraiment quand même surpris du résultat malgré mon peu de préparation.
Mais c'est la beauté d'être dans la totalité, c'est que it's the only real lunar eclipse where you can look at it with your naked eye and not use any filter whatsoever on your camera. I mean, it's amazing how much the light dimmed. And I mean, we're quand même, on est sur le bord de la totalité ici. T'sais, on avait seulement 2 minutes et 4 secondes. Grâce à la fac qui ont subventionné, il y a une application iPhone et Android qui s'appelle My Eclipse ou Mon Eclipse. C'est eux autres qui l'ont subventionné, cette application-là. Puis, il dit même où sont les prochaines éclipses totales. But techniquement, de où ce que tu es, si ça va être un partiel, ça va être un annuel, comme genre, il me semble, c'est le 2 octobre ou le 4 octobre. Il va en avoir la prochaine, sauf que nous autres, pour nous autres, ça va être plutôt,
Partiel.
partiel because the shadow is going to be more south. It's still going to hit North America, but it's going to be much more south.
Quand tu dis more south, tu parles des États-Unis?
Les États-Unis, oui, exactement.
OK.
C'est ça. Ben, puis je connais un gars, si je me rappelle bien, je me rappelle d'un gars dans mon club de Longueuil, dans le temps, il n'en a pas manqué un éclipse solaire total pendant, je pense, 40 ans.
Aïe, aïe.
Wow. OK, fait que,
Pendant
ouais.
40 ans, il allait, tu
Tu
sais,
prenais, ouais.
exactement. Puis, tu sais, 40 ans, là, ça veut dire aussi qu'il il l'a fait vraiment en argentique autant qu'en numérique quand le numérique est sorti. Puis il y en a des. It's like those birders that go around the world hunting those really
Twisters or things like
rare
that.
species
Yeah.
of birds. What was that movie with what's his name? What was the actor's name there? He's got that crooked nose. I can't remember. There was a movie that was made about les
Um,
ornithologues.
Well,
Okay.
there's hurricane followers and all that stuff there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
C'est,
Sorry guys, hold on a sec. I just what was it? Luca, what was the other topic we were going to talk about tonight?
Pinhole.
Oh, that's right, the pinhole. Oh, so
Hey, c'est moi le plus vieux, puis c'est moi qui ai la mémoire mieux que tout le monde.
pour ceux qui sont intéressés, I've announced it a couple of times on our Facebook groups. I've also started a new Facebook group this month because I didn't want to miss absolutely. But at the end of the month, it's c'est le dernier dimanche de chaque mois d'avril. C'est voyons, c'est le international, la journée du sténopée international mondial. Il y a un site web aussi qui s'appelle, je vais te montrer le site web. It's international, hold on. International Pinhole. There it is, Worldwide Pinhole Photography Day. I've gone ahead and justement, where is it? Oh, je t'ai-tu déjà partagé? Crap, hold on.
Oui, t'étais déjà partagé, oui.
Okay, hold on. This is not it. That's my site. I want Worldwide Pinhole Photography Day. That's what I want. It's a pinhole. It's pinholeday.org. I've created one for a Facebook group for Montreal. So, pour ceux qui vont participer le 28, c'est à 10 heures. On va être au parc La Fontaine. It's going to be literally. I dropped voyons, pourquoi tu ne vois pas? I dropped a Google pin. I'll show you. But I don't know if I doubt they've actually not an event. When you submit, each person who is allowed to submit one photo, puis on a un groupe Montreal Pinhole. Et ça, c'est international. Fait que ça, c'est le site. Puis apparemment, un des fondateurs de ce site-là, c'est un Montréalais. Je ne me rappelle pas de son nom, là, mais justement, je pense que je suis sûr. Le form, il n'est pas, it's not released yet.
C'est pas Fabrizio?
No. It's not Fabrizio. This was last year's over here. So basically, I'll show you. When you look at the here, so gallery, so groups, you've got all kinds of groups here. We're going to be in here now. We'll be somewhere in the M's. And I'm going to tell everybody who participates. J'ai créé le groupe aussi international world. No, that's the event. The group is called. Where's the group? Wow. Towards Israel. The group is called. Where is it? Wow. Hang on. It's Montreal Pinhole Stenopid Montreal. I'll show you. I've got Fabrizio's already still here. Montreal Pinhole Stenopid photography. Evidently, our friend Fab has already loaded all kinds of photos. I've got some new ones too that I'm going to be loading up this weekend. Je vais avoir avec moi mon 4x5 my box camera. But I'm not going to be doing negatives. I'm going to be doing direct positive paper on that one. I'll have eight sheets with me, and I'm going to be using my skink pinhole that I bought. I don't know. I must have bought this about maybe easily 10 years ago. Which gives me, when I put the extension tube, gives me about an equivalent of an F500, which is going to be very interesting. Also, for those who are interested, I've mentioned it a couple times. Actually, I think I had it.
To stay out of it.
Just my events.
AJ.
Yep.
When you have a chance, I believe Melina, I'm mispronouncing the name because you know how I massacre names all the time. She was interested in positive paper, and where do you buy it?
Oh, we sell it at okay, I'll message her. We sell it at we started selling it at Gosselin.
Yep.
Hold on.
Marc a raison, elle voulait savoir si elle pouvait faire de quoi avec sa boîte à chaussures Pinhole qu'elle a utilisée pendant l'éclipse.
Oh, définitivement. Absolument. What am I looking for?
Something to do with Pinhole.
Something to do with oh, that's right. Montreal Pinhole here. Fab. Oh, wait. Tomorrow's event. That's what I was looking for, because
tomorrow's event is the camera show.
The camera show, that's right. And what I was looking for were my events that I had programmed. Where are my events? Why do I not see my events? Photography. Where's my events? Here we go. Tomorrow, this is it right there. The Montreal Camera Show, which is being hosted by our friend, the rangefinder. What's his name? Saul is Hadef, I think his name is.
Yeah.
It's tomorrow at 10 a.m. It's from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's it. That's it. Saul Hadef. And he's actually the gentleman, Uncle, remember? That's the guy that I bought the Bessa from.
Yes, exactly.
My
Exactly.
Voigtlander Bessa, I bought it directly from him.
That's right. And that's where my friend's going to be too. He works with him.
That's right. That's right. It's $9 per person. It's at the Marriott Courtyard Montreal Airport Hotel on Place Robert Jonca. We're getting there early because last year we were there a little bit late.
Yeah, when it closed, we were like half an hour before it closed.
half an hour before it closed. So
I bought a
I'm
Miranda.
expecting to be. Comment?
I bought a Miranda.
Ben oui, ben oui. Puis moi, j'ai acheté un shitload de
Film, ouais,
4x5, pellicule 4x5. J'ai du Kentmar 400. Puis c'est là où j'ai acheté mon deuxième boîte de Direct Positive Paper. As a matter of fact, I should post those.
Mon Seconic, c'est là que je l'ai acheté au dernier événement.
Lequel?
Mon Seconic L558.
Oh, ben oui, 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 oui.
This one?
Le Posemate. C'est
Ouais,
ça, exactement.
Je l'ai acheté là en octobre, au dernier événement.
Ah oui. Ouais, toi, tu as la 558, moi, j'ai la 508.
Ouais, exact.
Yeah, c'est ça, exactement. Puis, but if you want to just go just go and see really nice vintage cameras, it's worth the $9. Honestly, it's worth, and just the walkthrough. C'était vraiment intéressant. Il y a des gars les gars, les kiosques, ils viennent je pense que c'est l'Ontario jusqu'à, pas Manitoba, the other way, east.
Yeah, New Brunswick.
Nouveau-Brunswick, Nouvelle-Écosse.
Oui, exactement. Il y en avait, je pense qu'il y avait une trentaine de tables. Nous, quand on était, il en restait peut-être une quinzaine.
Ouais.
OK, non. Moi, je vais. Ben là, demain, on se rejoint toujours à 11h.
À 11h, exactement. On va être là à 11h.
Puis pour avoir fait les deux dernières
11h, 11h30,
Ouais, parce que moi, je m'en vais joindre mon oncle Bob à Repentigny, puis on va partir de Repentigny.
OK.
C'est ça. Fait que...
Parce que moi aussi, je suis dans l'Est. Je ne suis pas à Repentigny, mais moi, je suis dans l'Est. Fait que c'est ça. C'est plus 11h30, envoie-moi un texto, puis je partirai en conséquence.
Parfait.
OK.
Pour avoir fait les deux derniers événements, donc en avril 2023 puis en octobre, parce que là, on en fait deux par année, comme au début de
Oui, exactement. Au printemps puis à l'automne.
Exact. Puis c'est pas mieux d'arriver quand même tôt parce que tout le monde est là.
Absolument. Puis je devrais aussi dire que la fin de semaine du 26, 27, malheureusement, moi, je ne serai pas le 28 parce que le 28, j'ai réservé ça pour le pinhole. Mais le 26-27, moi, je vais être à 10h30, mais nos magasins, les 5 magasins, c'est notre événement de rachat d'usagers.
Ah oui, j'ai vu passer.
Ça veut dire que d'ici, je te dirais, le début mai, ben là, nous aussi, au magasin, on va en avoir beaucoup de stock vintage puis argentique autant que numérique disponible à nos magasins, qui serait intéressant peut-être pour ceux sur les 5 Gosselins, pour ceux qui veulent visiter encore la fin de semaine du 26, 27, 28. On the 28th, though, I'm doing pinhole.
Okay.
So, Mark, now that you got back on, t'en as-tu fait un peu ou t'as-tu fait de quoi depuis que la dernière fois qu'on s'est vu? I know things have been
pas
rough
vraiment, là, parce que j'étais, comme je te dis, il y en a qui ne sont pas au courant, mais ma mère, elle a été malade beaucoup. Alors,
Oui.
je suis pas mal toujours encore là, autant que je peux. Pour de la photo, mais là, j'ai sorti une photo seulement, puis Luco a collaboré à cette photo. Alors, on a toujours comment est-ce qu'on peut dire ça? Une rivalité entre les différentes marques de caméras, même si ça commence à être pas mal tous égales en qualité. Alors, j'ai demandé à une personne qui est un admirateur de Sony de faire une personne morte à terre pendant que j'ai mis du tape blanc alentour de lui pour faire un chalk line.
Ouais, j'ai vu ça.
Mais après que lui soit parti, mais là, j'ai ajouté le chalk line d'une caméra Et à la maison, sur Photoshop, j'ai ajouté Sony dessus. Alors, ça a été la joke parce qu'on se taquine beaucoup dans la gang là, à propos de nos marques de caméra. Et là, j'ai pris le temps de le remercier comme modèle, tout ça. Mais là, tout le monde rit parce que c'est un fervent admirateur de Sony. Alors, je ne peux pas rien dire contre Sony. Il n'écoute pas, mais là, il a vu la photo.
And we all know Nikon is the best.
Ben là, il fallait que je vise du Nikon là, au lieu du Sony pour la prochaine fois.
Je vais être capable de partager.
Ben oui, vas-y.
Je
OK.
je l'ai, si tu veux, regarde Marc, comme ça, on va pouvoir la montrer.
C'est beau.
Ouais, c'est ça, c'est ça. Parfait, ça, c'est beau.
Alors, j'avais pris du tape blanc sur un plancher et la personne s'était étendue, mais elle était là de collaboration sans savoir toute l'histoire. Puis là, mais c'est après que là, quand elle a quitté, parce que cette personne se lève très de bonne heure le matin pour aller à l'ouvrage. Alors, c'est là que j'ai posté ça sur notre groupe, nous autres, de Rivière-des-Prairies, le club de photo.
Ah oui, j'ai vu ça.
Nice.
C'est bon, mais moi, j'ai pris ça comme Sony, il est mort.
Ah, ben là, on peut, une photo, c'est l'admirateur qui décide sa vérité à la photo. Alors,
C'est ça.
moi, c'est du taquinage que je fais parce que vous soyez n'importe quel appareil, du moins que vous êtes là, puis on a du fun à prendre des
Ben
photos.
oui,
Moi,
ben,
c'est ça mon plaisir. Même
Ben oui.
si je sais que Canon, c'est la meilleure compagnie.
Oh, here we go.
Mais-
That had to come out. That had to come out.
pendant des années, là, moi, j'ai un cousin qui avait acheté du Canon. Puis je pense depuis 30 ans, j'ai dit la même chose. T'as pas encore du Canon, t'as pas appris encore.
C'est ça, mais. Et y a-t-il tellement une différence entre les appareils de cette année, là, on va dire, là, dans les 5 dernières années, au niveau de la qualité,
Non.
qu'un peut dire vraiment ma compagnie est meilleure qu'un autre? Oui, il y a des petites forces sur un qui va aller sur une affaire, puis l'autre compagnie va être meilleure sur d'autres, mais les appareils, moi, je calcule qu'ils sont pas mal
Ouais.
égales. On ne parle pas quand il y a eu la grosse avancée avec le mirrorless, là, le sans miroir. Là, je sais qu'il y a une compagnie qui avait pogné pas mal le contrôle, puis le temps que les autres rattrapent. Mais
Ouais,
là,
Non, mais
techniquement, il n'y avait aucune raison d'avoir autre en numérique que des sans miroirs. La problématique, c'est qu'il y a eu deux compagnies qui, évidemment, la problématique, c'est qu'ils ont adapté des appareils, des boîtiers qui étaient argentiques. Ils l'ont adapté au numérique. Fait qu'ils ont gardé le même,
feeling.
comment est-ce qu'on dit, le form, ben là,
mais-
pas le format, là, mais le footprint d'appareil. Évidemment, aussi, c'était les deux compagnies qui avaient le plus d'assemblées de miroirs that they had to liquidate. Otherwise, they would never have survived. And that's what made them so long keeping the DSLRs. Because
Okay.
technically, the moment we took out the film, there was no reason to have a mirror.
OK.
So the focus could have always been done on the sensor.
Yeah.
But because these mechanisms were already, it was cheaper for them to keep those mechanisms, the focusing and everything in the body and just add the sensor than it was for like Panasonic and Olympus. And because if you think about it, Panasonic, Olympus, Sony, and Fuji
Yeah.
went straight to mirrorless cameras, knowing that they didn't need to have that mirror, that flip mirror. There was no
Okay.
reason for it. And evidently
But in
rumors
reality,
get started and so on and so forth.
in reality, the quality, like Max says, is about the same for all of them.
Oh, absolutely.
It's the feeling for the photographer.
Yes.
See, that counts. I like feeling the Nikon.
That's it.
Toi, c'est le Canon. Tu sais, Andrew, je sais pas, il a tellement de caméras, on sait pas.
Puis Luc,
The only
lui, t'es
reason,
quoi,
I'll
toi?
be honest with you, the only reason I'm with Sony is because I was with Monolta before, and the only way for me to have transitioned over, not necessarily cheaply, but affordably, was to stay within the same mechanics.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
when
yeah.
Sony bought Minolta, all my lenses, my flashes, my accessories all worked with the Sonys.
Right.
Otherwise, I would have had to trash everything, sell it, and reinvest into, and at that point, it would have been Nikon. See,
Yeah, but I'll be honest with you. My first digital camera was a Sony,
there you go.
you know, and I had 4 Sonys before I says Nikon's brought out something that's worthwhile, you know.
You know, I mean, Sony has been in the digital business since the digital video,
Yeah, oh,
basically.
yeah, for sure, for
I mean,
sure.
they've
They're
been
one of the
building
first. They're one of the
sensor-
first
yeah.
ones.
They were one of the first sensor manufacturers.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, and it might sound a little bit hypocritical on my part, but being that I work for un détaillant, I work for a retailer, you know, a camera retailer, but I've worked with all the cameras. You know, Nikon, Canon, Panasonic, and they all have leur force et
Right,
évidemment leur faiblesse.
Mhm.
But still, for me, a good photographer is one who can identify the weaknesses, identify the strengths, and still be able to use that camera to its best quality of work that you can get through it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And you know, Uncle Bob, you know, you all 4 of us here, you know, I've got cameras without light meters, and I can still shoot really good photos. You know,
Yeah.
I'm nowhere near probably Uncle's experience. No way yet. You know, but I still aspire to be that kind of a photographer
No,
where I can walk into a scene, and this is something that I've always remembered about Uncle Bob. See, we would be, whether we were outside wherever we were, Uncle would take one shot, one single shot, not a roll of 36 and get one shot. Take one shot. And that told the story of whatever the event was. It culminated that whole, whether we were together for 4 hours, 6 hours, 1 hour, didn't matter. We were told what was going on in that one shot. And that's what, like, that's,
Yeah, when I went to college, I had taken a communication and un cours de journalisme, photojournalisme, and in it, the professor made us take 3 shots to tell a story. He says, if you can't tell the story in 3 shots, oublie ça. So that's how I learned to, you know, to break it down and to look for the story in the shot. See? Yeah.
because in essence, that's what we are as photographers. We document time, we document moments. So our images, whether we're shooting still photography, whether we're shooting, or I should say still photography, still life, whether we're shooting events, wildlife, sports, birthdays, anniversaries, you have to tell a story. You know, you don't need 200 shots, you know, and it's one of the reasons why I've kind of really seriously this year put aside what we call commission photography, in the sense where somebody hires you to shoot an event and this and that. I mean, I've been doing it since 2004. And I just got seriously sick of the only photos that were credible were the ones that were well lit, frozen. You know, there was no artistic effect given to the photos. So for me personally, and you know, the wedding industry, I mean, wedding industry is still an industry. I realize it's still an industry, but it's like there's 500,000 wedding photographers in the world, and they all shoot the same way.
Well, isn't it always
Very
a
hard.
fad?
Sorry?
Isn't it always comment est-ce que je peux dire ça? I'm
Trendy.
not yeah, a trend.
Yes.
You'll always have that trend for 2 or 3 years. Then someone
Absolutely.
comes out with something new, original. Well, everyone
Absolutely.
moves towards that trend, and then it keeps moving and it keeps
Absolutely.
moving. And
Absolutely, absolutely.
What disappointed me in the later part of my wedding photography is that at one point, and the thing is that evidently social media has a lot to do with it, because you have Pinterest, you have Flickr, you know what I mean? And I always got customers come up to me and say, "Hey, I saw this shot on Pinterest. Can you do this shot?" Well, I'll be honest with you, it's not my style. And I'd get this not from the bride and the groom, I would get this from the entourage. "Oh, my photographer, when we had got married, he did this shot. Can you do this shot for that?" Well, yeah, but wait a minute. You're not the bride. You're the maid of honor. She's the bride. We've already discussed our shots. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
It's an industry that is extremely trendy.
it is, yeah, especially today with the social media. In my day, first of all, we took maximum 636s, and we didn't know fuck all until we got them developed.
Yeah.
So we had to make each photograph count as much as possible. Naturally, il y en avait, tu sais, à moitié de ça qui c'était pas bon, mais that's part of the thing. But today, you go to a wedding and they take 1,000 pictures.
Yeah.
You know, and the guy really, you know, it's a hit or miss thing there.
It's up.
Là-dedans, yeah, I can recrop it, he can Photoshop it, he can fix this, he can fix that. When the montant, là, c'était fuck, tu l'as ou tu l'as pas.
I was listening to a podcast just about today, and it was about generally this photographer brought up the fact that him and his wife are both wedding photographers. He shoots film, she shoots digital. And, you know, the thing about digital photography, and it's not, listen, you know, I shoot digital, I shoot film. Now I'm trying to get into the collodion and the dry plate and the wet plate, just out of curiosity and want to explore the whole process of alternate processes. But de plus en plus, depuis je te dirais même 2-3 ans, from what he said, there's a lot more requests now for wedding photographers to go back and shoot film photography. And what's happened now is you've got 2 types of wedding photographers. You've got, well, actually 3 types. You've got the wedding photographer who shoots digital and applies digital effects or digital treatments to replicate film images, film photography.
Yeah.
You have the digital photographer who offers film photography, but limits the film part to 3 rolls of film. And then you have the wedding photographer who shoots film, just the way Uncle did in the day. Well, evidently not with Kodachrome, because
No, with Kodachrome.
I still don't know how you did that.
Well, with Kodacolor, actually. We used to shoot Kodacolor at the time.
I still have no idea how you did that at 64 ISO. Okay. Because on the average, in the wedding reception, in the hall at night, I was shooting easy 800 and 1600 ISO.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
and you were shooting 64. And I understand you were with a flash, but web.
Yeah.
AJ, it's because the difference is you're shooting ISO while Uncle Bob used to shoot ASA.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, Mark.
It was like the American standard, you know.
It was the American standard, which copied the international standard.
It was the American Standard Association, and ISO is what?
International Standards International Standards Organization.
But
apparently it's got nothing to do with that.
All they did is change the name because we had DIN, which was European, say, which was like an ASA 64 was like a DIN 5.
Yeah, it had to do with degrees.
It was a weird thing. I never understood it, but anyway.
Was it German too? I think it was the German manufacturer.
I think it was the German. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
But in theory, the ISO is just to combine both, right? Like we never say ISO 200 / the other number is the DIN number.
Yeah.
C'est ça, exactement.
But at the time, don't forget, you know, a film emulsion was limited. You know, you had between 25 ASA to 400 ASA. Anything else was boosted.
That's right.
So c'était limité. Now today with the digital, t'as 50,000
ben oui.
ISO.
Ben oui.
You know, ça...
Même à ça, la moyenne des capteurs aujourd'hui qui ont sorti l'année passée vont chercher 104 à 208 000 ISO.
C'est ça, tu sais, je veux dire, what does it mean? Who knows, tu sais?
Honestly, all it means is that the way that I explain it in my classes is that la plage d'ISO that we have today, the range of ISOs we have today, the higher the ISO goes, it just means that the medium ISOs to the low ISOs are much more clean than the sensors from yesterday,
Yeah,
yesteryear, I should say.
For
You
sure.
know what I mean? Because when you think about it, 15 years ago, the highest ISO was 3200, 6400 ISO.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the thing about noise, it's not grain. Grain is inherent in the film and in the paper.
Yeah.
Noise is a distortion of color. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's basically pixels that are blown out in the red, the green, and the blue.
Yeah, for sure.
C'est tout que c'est. Okay? And evidently, today, tu en as tellement de logiciels qui fait juste spécifiquement la correction de bruit.
Yeah.
You can't correct grain. It was elemental to the film.
Exactly.
It was in the film.
And when you took...
The other thing that I've learned too, sorry, see, I didn't mean to
go
interrupt.
ahead.
The other thing that I've come to the realization is, and I find the short sight of digital photography today in the 21st century is that its sole reference as far as quality is the 35 millimeter film frame.
Yeah.
Because now that I'm doing more 4x5 and now that I'm doing wet plate, and yes, I'm using much lower ISOs on large format negative and prints, even higher, even a 400 ISO grain on an 8x10 negative is negligible compared to a 400 ISO grain on a 35 millimeter.
True.
And think about it this way. I had a buddy of mine that I posted, I believe I posted it. I had a buddy of mine from my old film club, my old photo club in St. Lambert, André Lafort, who does large format. He does 8x10. And he took a picture of me and he did what we call a contact print. So basically what he did was he took the 8x10 negative, put it literally on top of an 8x10 paper, put a piece of glass on top of that, and with his enlarger, exposed the paper.
Yeah.
I looked at it with a 10x loop magnifying glass. You cannot see the grain, and it's a 400. It's a Kentmar 400 that he used. He exposed it, yes, as a 160, I believe, or a 100, and developed it in consequence. But you can literally, and he was standing about 15 feet from me, if not 20 feet.
Mm-hmm.
With a 10x magnifying glass, you could actually see the rivets on my 4x5 view camera. It was outstanding. Outstanding. When I look at an 8x10 from a 35 millimeter, well, evidently, to get the 8x10, you're magnifying the grain. So you see more of the grain because evidently the frame itself is smaller.
Mm-hmm.
And the digital evolved from the 35 millimeter film camera.
Yes,
which was only invented in 1937 or 1938.
I know, but it became the standard for journalism.
Yes.
Because of its size.
Yes.
Because it
and mobility.
Because it could take 36 pictures instead of 12.
Absolutely.
See, I mean, if you look at the whole history of it, it became the standard everywhere.
Right.
So it was easy to compare anything to it. You can take your 4x5 and compare it to the 35 millimeter. You know, it's a reference for the world.
Except that it's in essence, as far as quality goes, I find it's a miss. How would I say it? It's because you know you still have to compare apples and apples.
Yeah, I know, but they didn't.
Oranges and oranges. When you take a 35 millimeter frame and you take a 4-inch by 5-inch frame of the same grain, but you've got 500 times more
True.
of those grains in that area for the same image, that's where the higher resolution is. It's not in the 35 millimeter.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But
right?
They had to set a standard somewhere.
Yeah, of course.
And I think they set it with what the most people know.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because if you would have set it with a 2 1/4, in 1940, 1950, there wasn't much any more journalism shot with those things.
Okay,
But
you know.
the graphic 4x5 and des affaires de même, there were, by 1950, there were hardly no more of those things.
Right.
You know, c'était tout du 35 mm qui was shooting all the newspapers and all this and that. And don't forget, at that time, how many photographs were bigger than 8x10 in a newspaper?
Right.
Not much, you know. So, you know, it became a standard, I think, just to refer to.
Right.
Because even when you look at the lenses, you know, you get a lens on your camera, on your Canon or my Nikon or whatever. In the digital lens, they always refer to it the equivalent in the 35 millimeter.
Right. Well, because of the different size sensors.
Yeah, but I mean, it's always referring to the 35.
Yeah.
See, you know.
Because that's the base reference for digital photography.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, even when you look at medium format digital, it's not true medium format.
No, I agree.
It's just twice as big as a 35.
So,
but it doesn't measure 6 centimeters by 6 centimeters. I don't even think I have to check it, but I don't even think the Hasselblad is an actual 6x6.
Not the digital, no.
Not the digital.
No, not the digital. It's like a 6x. It's like a 645.
Yeah, but is it a true 645? I'm not sure.
I don't know
because
not sure.
I know that the JFX 100 is not a 645. I think it was only the Pentax that came out with an actual 645 sensor.
Oh, it could be.
And that's been discontinued for years.
Yeah, yeah. But
you know,
look at au prix qu'ils sont rendus là, des Hasselblad.
No, je sais.
Je veux dire.
Yeah, but then again, look at the Leicas.
Yeah, same thing. Same thing.
I mean, come on. An M10 was going for like, what, 2 years ago was going for like freaking $10,000.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know?
I know.
And yet again, you look at it today and there's a lot of Leicas out there.
There is.
There's a lot of Leicas out there. And a lot of the young generation, even like the M6, the film camera, I see a lot of them.
I know.
I see a lot of them. I'm part of and it's a great group. Biarri Camera Montréal. And it's a great group. I mean, it's a big group. I think the last photo walk I went on, I think we were 65 people.
Ah, la même chose, la dernière, c'était celle au stade olympique, là, puis on était
C'était une soixantaine, non? C'est vrai, Luco, toi, tu fais partie de
oui.
de BCM.
Oui, puis c'est vrai ce que tu dis, mais moi, ce que j'aime de ce groupe-là, c'est que tu as des gens comme moi qui arrivent avec ma petite Minolta bien normale, puis tu as des gens avec des équipements qui vaut beaucoup d'argent, on va dire comme ça.
Ouais.
Puis, tout le monde est partage et tout.
If you can do it, go ahead and do it. I love my 3F. Okay, it's also the only one I could probably afford. Yeah, if I ever did maybe win $1 million, I probably would get myself a brand new M6 with a TTL rangefinder meter in it. But I mean, you know what I mean?
What about your uncle?
Yeah, AJ, la Hasselblad, c'est le même sensor que le GFX. Je viens de voir et en parle sur cette web.
Ah, c'est la même que le GFX?
Ouais, c'est 44 par 33 mm.
C'est exactement. It's nowhere near.
No, exactement. Ouais, c'est ça. But, you know, and what are they doing? They're still making des murales avec, puis des affaires avec.
Ah oui, absolument.
You know what I mean? The technology.
J'étais étonné, là, mais je t'avoue que là, 6 ans, là, j'ai fait une test. J'avais un client qui avait fait avec un 24 mégapixels, un plein capteur, il voulait absolument avoir une impression 40 par 60. Puis je t'avoue, je l'ai réussi.
Oh,
With
yeah.
a 24, not a 60, not a 100, not a 30, with just a regular 24 megapixel sensor.
Absolutely.
We extrapolated it at literally 40 inches by 60 inches. That's 5 feet wide.
Ben oui. Ben oui, absolument.
That's a big photo.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How many of you have wall space for that size photo?
Mhm.
Not only wall space, but don't forget, you got to view that thing.
Yeah, you got to walk backwards. Yeah.
You got to walk back for that.
Yeah.
Right. And these in itself are the things that we forget is the consequences of having, you know, don't get me wrong. I'm impressed with the technologies. I'm impressed with the evolutions of technology. But to the commoner, to what point do we need all of that? You know, I have a conference I give to the photo clubs called Resolution. What do we need all this resolution for? And I actually go into the how we see how our eye works and how our brain analyzes and processes the, you know, that the brain literally throws out 80% of what the eyes capture. It's how we are able to see so well at night and during the day. The brain only needs 20% of what our eyes see.
Ben oui.
And technically, the part of our eye that sees, and it's not the whole retina.
Well,
It's a circle of 5.5 millimeters. And within that 5.5 millimeters, there is 1.1 millimeter that's the equivalent of a 7 megapixel sensor. The rest is a megapixel more. That's it.
Yeah.
It's really amazing. Like from what I learned, was it last year or the year before when I did the research, and I'm still going, you know, delving to make, you know, updates and changes to it. Sorry guys, I took us totally off on a.
Once you have 24, 25 megapixels, c'est for what most of us do.
Yeah.
C'est amplement.
Exactement.
Le détail est super, you know,
oui.
especially if it's running through a good Nikon camera or something like that.
Hey, how's that ZF going?
Hey, beautiful. I love it. Beautiful.
Hey.
Beautiful machine. I love it.
C'est quoi que vous m'avez dit, voyons, dans le lately, you said you started putting on
oui, qu'est-ce que je
vintage
fais,
lenses?
Là? Je mets des lentilles de 1970.
Puis?
J'ai shooté avec des lentilles Nikon from 1970s.
And how's it coming out?
Shoot in manual, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful because the bokeh is comme d'un vieux temps. Puis pour moi, comme photographe, où ce que je faisais mon focus, puis je faisais mes ajustements moi-même, it feels like the old days on a digital camera. You know
Puis
what
la
I mean?
beauté, c'est que tu peux travailler encore en hyperfocal.
Yeah, and I can even use, I have the adapters to use Pentax lenses, Pentax mount lenses on the Nikon.
C'est ça l'autre beauté du mirrorless, c'est que tu peux adapter à peu près tout et n'importe quoi. Hein.
Oui, c'est ça. Puis vraiment, là, j'aime autant ces lentilles-là sur le ZF que la lentille qui vient avec. Là, tu sais.
I still have your 50 millimeter 1.4 from.
You have my 50 millimeter 1.4?
Yeah,
with my
Carl
Yashica
Zeiss one.
124?
Hey, you
With
told
my-
me you'd never use it again.
With my Yashica 124?
I should never have said a word.
Is it the Nikon?
Yeah, wasn't it Papa Charlie's?
Oh, you mean the little? No, that was a little. That was a Ricoh.
No. That's the. I'm not talking about the camera. I'm talking about the lens. You gave me a Tessar.
Yes. No, that was Maurice's. Yeah. It's
Maurice,
that
okay,
was for
okay.
a contacts. Yeah,
That's right. Yeah.
it's for a contacts.
Yeah. I got that one.
The camera was crap, but the lens was good. Yeah, no, it's a good lens. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a fantastic lens.
Yeah, it is. But
Actually, Abby has my 1.8.
yeah,
And she loves the manual focus.
you you have more chance of getting it right than, sometimes the fucking little square goes ailleurs, tu sais.
Ben oui, c'est ça, exactement.
It drives you nuts, and then you look at the picture, c'est pas ça que je voulais focuser dessus.
Actually, Luco, you have on your XT5, t'as le microprism focusing screen, which comes from film cameras.
Ouais. Moi, je l'utilise. Oui, je l'ai, mais je ne l'utilise pas. Quand je focus manuel avec le XT5 ou même
Ouais.
avec le X100S, j'utilise le peak. C'est quand
Because,
tu mets la couleur, là.
ouais, c'est ça, mais c'est parce que, ben oui, mais je me demande, honnêtement, parce que la problématique avec, moi, je trouve avec peak focusing, c'est que il va chercher trop de pixels dans ton écran, tu peux pas voir la distance. But try the micro focusing prism,
OK?
and you probably be able to get a better result. Fuji, c'est le seul qui a introduit les microprismes. Puis je pense que c'est depuis le XT4 qui ont fait ça. Puis la X Pro 2, me semble. Me semble que c'est le X Pro 2, which is the rangefinder.
Bon, ouais.
Yeah.
Moi, je vais l'essayer.
Try it.
Mais justement, je ne l'ai pas acheté encore, mais il faut que je la jette. Je veux acheter la bague pour mettre mes objectifs Minolta dessus.
Ben
Aussi.
oui.
Ben, j'ai présentement la bague Nikon F parce que mon objectif pour numériser, c'est la 60 mm 1.8.
Macro,
Ouais, la macro. Ouais,
c'est ça.
1.8. Non, 2.8, excuse-moi.
2.8, ouais.
C'est celle-là que j'utilise pour quand je numérise avec.
Mhm.
J'ai la bague. Mais je vais aussi m'acheter la bague Minolta pour mettre ma 50, ma 28 Minolta. Oui, je sais que ça va faire plus zoom un peu, mais pareil, là, pour
OK.
profiter de la qualité, puis justement, un peu comme Uncle Bobby disait, là, de la qualité du bokeh, des vieux objectifs.
Ben oui. How about you, Mark? Anything
About
new
me,
on your
what?
end? Anything new on your end?
No, still stayed standard. I got pretty well much everything I want. Now I sort of
Yeah.
have to really get into it and get the best out of the equipment that I have.
Okay.
So if I want to go somewhere long distance, I have my Tamron 150-600. I have my 7200 f2.8, and I have my standard lens. I have a nifty 50. So I have basically everything depending on the occasion. It's just getting the right lens at the right time.
Right. We got to go birding, eh, you and I?
Yes, sir. So basically, I'm looking into maybe within 2 weeks, we can sort of maybe call each other and set up a day and things like that. Puis,
That's true. You're retired.
yeah, I know.
That means that we could do it on one of my days off during the week.
Yes, sir. C'est ça. It's just that get the appointment. Uncle Bob puis Luco, si ça t'intéresse, puis on le dit d'avance, là, mais on peut arriver. Parce que j'avais promis d'amener AJ au Ruisseau du Feu à côté de la 440 et de la 640. Excuse-moi, de la 40 et de la 640. Il y a une place qui a beaucoup, beaucoup d'oiseaux, beaucoup
Ben oui,
d'insectes
c'est à
et
côté
de.
de chez nous.
Ben là, c'est ça. Alors, j'ai des photos que j'ai prises là. J'ai même mis un article sur le Facebook de AJ
Ouais, j'ai
qui
vu ça.
parle de différents sites pour prendre des photos là, animaliers puis tout ça. Et il en discute de cet endroit-là. Alors,
Ouais.
là, c'était de fixer un rendez-vous, là, puis
Ben oui.
d'essayer d'y aller, puis de se rencontrer. Je suis sûr que si on lance un appel à d'autres photographes, on peut se ramasser peut-être une petite gang là. C'est une
Ben
belle
oui.
place, puis surtout durant la semaine. Mais là, il y a beaucoup de monde qui vont prendre des marches les fins de semaine, puis tout ça.
Ouais.
Là, ça
Non, je connais
pourrait être...
bien la place. Oui, c'est nice.
Bon, ben, on pourra faire ça, là, comme je te dis, d'ici 2 semaines, parce que là, dans le mois d'avril jusqu'au 1er mai, j'ai beaucoup, beaucoup de petites affaires qui sont en train de tomber. Puis, étant donné que, comme j'ai dit, ma mère avait été malade, j'avais tout mis sur glace, mais là, tout est en train de se réveiller un en arrière de l'autre. Puis, il faut que je cours, là. Comme on a une présentation, le club de photo Rivière-des-Prairies va avoir leur présentation de fin d'année. Alors, ça, c'est le 20 et le 21, s'il y en a qui sont
Oui,
intéressés.
c'est ça, j'ai vu, oui.
Alors là, il y a tout ça là, qui va se dérouler, plus d'autres projets que j'avais promis à d'autres photographes de me joindre avec. Alors, eux autres ont commencé. Moi, il va falloir que j'emboîte le pas pour être efficace et rejoindre tout le monde.
La chose qu'ils font là-bas, là, ça va être quoi, des photos imprimées sur le mur?
Oui,
Euh,
c'est une exposition.
Hein?
Vas-y, Luco.
C'est une exposition, oui.
C'est une exposition?
Ouais.
Ah ouais, OK. Il y en a-tu pas mal? Il y en a-tu,
Là,
Euh, je pense que le nombre, je pense justement, Régent il a posté le nombre officiel aujourd'hui. Moi, j'ai vu passer ça tantôt. Je pense que c'est une quinzaine de personnes qui vont exposer.
Ah, ben,
15 ou 16 personnes.
Ouais.
Il y a une
16
section
exposants.
libre où ce que chaque photographe va mettre ses meilleures photos. Et il y a une petite section cette année qui est différente où ce qu'il faut avoir un thème reflété en 3 photos. Et ces 3 photos-là ne peuvent pas avoir d'autre traitement que le développement. Alors, on n'a pas le droit de Photoshop pour rien. C'est in camera, mais avec le développement, là, tu sais,
ouais,
l'exposition puis tout le kit, là.
C'est-tu
ouais.
cette exposition-là, le 21
Ouais.
avril?
Ouais.
Oui,
Isabelle est une membre du club qui a fait un événement.
Ça, c'est next Sunday, ouais.
Ouais,
ouais.
exactement. C'est next Sunday.
Ah, ben, c'est le fun. Je vais peut-être aller faire un tour.
Puis un petit heads-up aussi, le 19 avril, euh, on fait Luco, il a annoncé le souper mensuel pour. Luco, ça, c'est bien le RDP argentique, right?
Ouais, exact.
Ouais.
Exact.
C'est ça.
Et en même temps, pendant ce souper-là, moi et Fab, on travaille sur, on prépare un projet. Donc, on va parler de ce projet-là parce qu'on cherche des intéressés. Donc, on a on a une petite discussion pendant la soirée autour d'un projet qu'on veut partir, moi et Fab, avec les gens de RDP Argentique. Bien entendu, ceux qui vont vouloir participer. Je combine nos soupers mensuels avec cette discussion-là.
And on the 28th is our International Worldwide Pinhole Day.
Comme Marc il
Uh,
disait, les prochaines semaines du mois d'avril sont pas mal chargées.
oh, wait.
Il y a beaucoup de
Oh, by
trucs.
the way, well, sir, that's my box camera right there. This one here.
Yeah, I remember.
Remember that one? This
Yeah,
one was
there,
this was
that's
we
à
shot this
Terrebonne,
at
ça. À Terrebonne.
Terrebonne.
C'est
Oui.
bonne, là, ouais.
Et je me rappelle, c'est-tu Fab qui t'a envoyé cette photo? C'est
Ouais,
moi?
ouais, c'est Fab avec lui aussi, il y a un skink pinhole pour son numérique.
Oui, exact, exact.
Quand,
Il l'a montré ce mercredi à l'événement du club.
quand tu parles d'un
Yeah.
skink pinhole, c'est quoi ça, AJ? C'est une
Skink,
lentille qui
c'est
est déjà
ça
faite
ici.
ou c'est une
Ouais, mais
modification?
qu'est-ce que c'est? Where is it? I had it here. Skink pinhole. There it is. So what it is basically is it's well, mine and Fabs are stainless steel, but now they look like they're more plastic or they're probably anodized metal. And what it is you can buy them as a kit. You get a pinhole that tout seul sur mon Sony, ça me donne un 15 mm de focale, puis ça me donne un ratio focal de 87. Après ça, tu as un zone plate qui est un pinhole dans ce genre-là, qui donne un équivalent, comme tu vois ici, à F39, encore à 15 mm. Après ça, tu as un zone sieve qui est un pinhole avec des petits minuscules points alentour en 2 rangées. And it gives you a different effect of blur. And this one is a F56. And the reason why the focal ratio changes is because evidently it's not just the pinhole supplying the light, it's all of the circles compared to just a pinhole like you see here. C'est une marque tu vois ici, c'est justement ça ici. Ça, c'est le magnified version of the photo. And you can get it for all size of, je veux dire, all cameras. I believe they even do it for large format. Yeah, they have medium format for the Hasselblads. They've got for Sony, for Pentax, for Panasonic, Olympus, Nikon. I'm not sure what the MFT is. Leica, Hasselblad.
Micro Four Thirds.
That's it. Thank you. Micro Four Thirds. There you go. And the Canon. There you go. So
Ah,
they
ils l'ont
come.
pas Canon aussi?
Oui, il y en a. Yeah,
Oh,
exactement.
ouais, OK, c'est beau, je viens de comprendre le message, Uncle Bob. Merci. Hey, ça veut-tu dire que je suis rendu une grande personne, là, vu que...
Mac, tu m'as ouvert la porte. Hein.
Oh oui, je le sais, je le sais. Je suis capable de le prendre. I dish it out, but I can take it also.
That's it. Me too. Don't worry. Me too. I got it. Do you want to see a couple of pictures with the ZX and the old lenses?
Absolutely.
How do I share my screen?
Alt S.
Alt F?
Well, first open up a photo,
Yeah.
then do Alt S like Sierra,
Okay.
and then pick the screen, or I should say the photo app, and it'll share that for you.
Okay. Alt F like Frank?
No, S like Sierra. Sony.
Oh, S like that. Alt S.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should get a window. Pick the window with the picture in it,
Got it.
and then hit share.
Alt S. Okay, here we go.
There we go.
You see it?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. This
That's
is
it.
this is the ZF with a 50 millimeter f.2 Nikon.
Nice.
Look at the
There we.
see, you get that.
Hey, there's Nick.
You got that. See, I love the detail here. See,
T'es à quelle ouverture?
mais là, je me rappelle pas. Là, faudrait que je check les properties.
No, hit Alt Enter.
Alt Enter.
Give it a sec.
Ah, here
There
you go. There you go. C'est à 1,250.
Oh, that's right. No, what am I saying? It's not going to show it because
It's
it's a manual focus lens.
Absolutely. This is all with
That's
the
with all 50.
Hein?
C'est tout avec la 50.
Ouais, ça c'est avec le 50. This is these are all this is on the way to Sorel.
Ah, ben non.
But I mean, I love the detail, you know.
Ben oui.
I love the detail. It's
So you've been playing around with the ZF.
yeah, I love the ZF. Very nice camera.
Faut que j'appelle Madame Chantal.
Ouais, oui. There's the moon. That's what the 50, too.
Ouais, ouais.
That's the ZF with the see the
With
50.
avec la 50.
Yeah, anyway, that's it. That's what I wanted to show you. So,
Nice.
how do we get back here?
Alt S again to get out.
Hello.
There you go.
Back there.
Toi, Luco, t'avais-tu quelque chose que tu voulais nous montrer?
Non, à part la photo d'éclipse que j'avais envoyée en préparation de tuto, non, pas vraiment.
OK.
J'ai fait du rattrapage, des numérisations à faire, du post-traitement.
Oh,
J'ai
parle-moi-en pas de
paresseux.
rattrapage.
Ouais, j'ai été un peu paresseux dans les derniers mois.
Je suis tellement en arrière avec mes pellicules, là. I'm so disappointed.
Ouais, je pense que j'en ai encore 6. Ouais. J'ai déjà fait développer celle justement de la sortie bière et caméra.
Ouais.
Pas numérisée encore. Donc, elle est développée, je l'ai reçue. Il faut juste que je la numérise. Mais au moins, tu sais, dans la fenêtre, je regarde mon négatif, tout est beau. Ben, c'est
Oh,
ça.
Uncle, how about the clips that I gave you? How'd they work out?
Eclipse.
Hang the films to dry.
Ah, oui. Ben, c'est parfait. Oh, no, it's good. Perfect.
Marche, ouais?
Yeah. I fixed them. Je les ai fixés, par exemple.
Yeah.
I fixed them on the top of in my atelier, là.
C'est ça ici, là, que je te parlais. C'est que j'ai trouvé ça sur Amazon. It's like $20. You can hang 10 films.
Yeah.
And you have the sister clip to weigh down your.
Ouais, c'est ça.
Ouais, mais
So they stay
AJ,
straight. They dry straight rather than curling.
Pour avoir un système comme ça, il faut que tu développes 10 films, hein?
Thank you.
Parce que sinon, juste 2 clips, t'es correct, là. Une, un bout, puis t'as développé.
And no problem.
Ouais, mais c'est parce que aussi, c'est que quand je fais mes 4 par 5, normalement, j'ai 6 ou j'ai 4 que je développe à la fois.
Ah, OK.
Hein?
C'est
Fait
bon.
que,
C'est
tu
bon. Fait que t'es correct, là. T'es
sais,
correct.
OK. And putting 4 hangers in the shower, they all end up coming together.
Ah oui, c'est ça.
Tu sais? Fait que c'est ça. Puis ça, là, j'ai un nouveau tank que j'essaye. Ça s'appelle what's it called? Le SP45, which is this tank here. So you have a vent. This is where you put in your chemical. And you can actually, hold on, by pulling off the top.
Ça, c'est pas un 4 par 5, ça.
Ça me permet de. So, tu as 2 slides comme ça ici. You put a 4x5 sheet on either side. And I have the adapter to do my plate glass. I can do 2 plate glasses at a time in this now. So I don't have to necessarily be in a dark room for that one. So this is going to be my trial this week to see what this is going to be like.
Ça te donne un peu l'équivalent d'un potassium tank. Tu le remplis dans le sac, puis après, tu peux tout faire le reste des chimies à l'extérieur du sac, à la lumière.
Exactement. C'est ça.
Nice.
Like, I'll be able to do smaller quantities and hopefully develop faster rather than waiting for me to fill up ma grosse tank de 4x5 que ça prend 6. Because evidently, you know, it's the same amount of chemistry. It's better that I put 6 sheets in and, you know, rather than wasting chemistry
Ouais.
for 2 or 4. Puis ça, puis après ça, j'ai downloadé ça sur l'Internet par la même compagnie qui a fait cette tank-là, là. Il a fait, je l'ai pas coupé encore, but what it is a basically seeing that I've been doing a dark room development, an uncle will be able to even probably extrapolate more than me. But it's this one here, they call it a zone calculator, so it works really with the zone 5 that
Ansel Adams.
thank you. Ansel
yeah.
Adams.
Invented. The zone system. Yeah.
The zone system is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And what it does is, depending on what you are basing your zone 5 exposure on, be it a zone 6 or a zone 4 or a zone 3 or a zone 7, this will tell you what the correction in development is.
Yeah. Okay, to compensate for the
exactly. And honestly, with the I'm really getting into the I can't wait to get you guys to come down here when I get that garage cleaned out. You guys are going to be able to come and pass by and try out the dark room. There's so many things that I've forgotten that we had to do in development that we completely don't even touch in digital photography. C'est incroyable les différences.
Absolutely. But the equivalent of the zone system it's basically a system that if you're, because all meters are based on 18% grayscale. So
yeah,
the zone system, if you do use zone 5 instead of zone 6, well, you're in a way changing about the ASA or the ISO in a way, because you're basing it on a different zone.
And how does that affect the development? That's the part that's still a mystery.
I would think that it affects the development as either a boost or a pull.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I would think. I may be wrong on that.
from what Andre explained to me, because that's the way he exposed when he did me on the 8x10, is he told me, he says, okay, so what I'm doing is I'm basing my zone 5 on your dark cloth, which was over my arm. Actually, I have a shot of that. Hold on. That's
Okay.
true. I do have a shot of that I can show you guys. Where is it? Over
After
here.
you're finished showing your shot there, guys, I'm going to have to say good evening because I have to get up quite early tomorrow morning. So I'll wait to see that famous picture. And
Very
then
good.
after that, I'll be saying my good nights.
Okay, just give me a quick sec. Where is it? It's down here. Well, oh, wait a minute. I know where it is.
Hey, ça va mal en Israël, hein?
Ah, ouais? Je te parle de this. Here we go.
Iran is starting to,
Attacking with drones.
yeah, with drones, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Can't wait till all this fucking war stuff stops.
On va
There we
aller
go.
bien plus mal avant que ça aille mieux. C'est
Oui,
ça,
je pense que oui, moi
malheureusement.
aussi. Tu sais?
Parce qu'il y a
On
du
a
monde qui vont
l'Ukraine,
faire leur argent en vendant des armes.
Ouais. On a l'Ukraine sur un bord, puis Israël sur l'autre bord, puis c'est toutes des crises de menaces pour rien.
Here, guys. And you know what? What I find a little bit deceiving is no matter how, Andre, when he did the exposure for my skin tone,
Yeah.
he got it so well in the print. I have not at all been able to scan it to give it justice.
We don't have it. We don't see it yet.
No, I know. Hold on. I'm just trying to see if I got the right. Hold on. Where is it? What's this? If I go this way. Hey, sweetie. I got Dakota here with me. Come on, come on, come on. Away. Okay, I know it's a big file, but it's not that big. Attends 2 secondes.
T'empêches Marc d'aller se coucher, là?
Ouais, ouais. J'arrive.
C'est pas pour rajouter de la pression, là. Non, 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 non.
Non.
Ah ouais.
Tu sais, des personnes âgées comme moi, il faut que ça se couche de bonne heure. Hein? Attends encore Bob d'avoir mon âge.
I hope I never get that old.
Oh, nailed.
And what a cannon, too.
Bon, mais je pense que je vais sortir la photo de de Chalkline encore, là, puis ça va être moi qui va être étendu là.
Tu vas le changer à Nikon.
Yeah, here we go. Okay, hold on. I got it. Yeah, but what the hell is my computer doing that it's taking so freaking long? Oh, here, I'll show it to you.
It's probably Sony chips inside.
Yeah, probably. Come on. Now it froze. Damn it. Away.
Is it a Sony computer?
No, it's a Dell, believe it or not. But it's like from 2016. Away. I'll have to post it, guys.
Okay, the best thing.
All right.
With that note, I thank you all pour avoir voyons, c'est quoi le mot que je cherche? Oh, here we go. Wait a minute. Hold on. It's moving. Yeah, here we go. Oh, wait. Give me the screen. Okay, ready?
Yep.
It's a bit dark because this is the original. This is the original scan. I haven't done anything to it yet. But I'll tell you what, though, I will make sure that I bring. Actually, you know what? See, I'll bring it to you tomorrow to show you. But I'll
Okay.
bring it to the supper on the 19th, so that you guys will be able.
Okay.
So what he did was he based his zone 5 on my dark cloth. And you see the kind of the white in my skin here?
Yeah.
You do not see that in the print. I would say that, oh, look at that. All of a sudden it shrunk. Damn it. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Actually, yeah, I can zoom in. How far can I zoom in? You see all this overexposure here?
Yeah.
In the print, it's probably a zone 2.
Okay.
And I was not able to get it out of the scanner because I can't. The problem with the scanner, I find, is that it has one intensity of light.
Yeah.
Can't, and even though you try to tell it to underexpose, it doesn't underexpose enough.
Yeah.
It might be pixelated on your end, though.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah, it is pretty much.
When you see it up close, and I'll bring an 8x loop, and you can take a look at it. It's really, really, it's phenomenal. The detail in that photo is amazing. And he was standing at about 15 feet, 20 feet from me.
Wow.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I'll be honest, Andrew, the way we see it now there,
Yeah.
it looks underexposed. You know what I mean? The way we see it on the screen.
But that's the scan. And the problem also was, I don't know if you saw it before, but he had a light leak in his film holder.
Okay.
So that's why the top part is overexposed.
Overexposed, yeah. Yeah.
You know. But I thought I had exported a
On this note, gentlemen, I have to say good night, and good night to all people who are listening to us.
Night,
bonne
Marc.
soirée, Marc.
Bye. Fais beau dodo.
Bye-bye tout le monde. Bye-bye.
Bye.
But hold on. Let me just see if I can find. Oh, wait a minute. I have it. I found it. This should be, yeah, there it is. This is the JPEG. Here, I'll show you the JPEG. It's a better resolution. That's coming.
Ouais, c'est comme si le photo viewer de Windows ne voulait pas loader ton VNG.
Exactement. That's the one. Here we go. Alt S. This is the JPEG.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, much better.
Okay. And now I cropped it too because I cropped out the top part of the frame where it was it was the light leak. But when you look at the detail.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, this one didn't come out too bad. You can see my
skin.
You
can see exactly. You can see.
Yeah, this is a pretty good rendition.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and just to show you this image, which is a JPEG, black and white. Give it a sec. Yeah, tell me about it.
Well, it's got a nice rendition because it's not white out.
Yeah.
And it's not black out. You know what I mean?
So so listen to this. This photo, and I cropped off the first inch. Okay.
Okay.
Pixel wise is 12,225 pixels by 14,177 pixels. The JPEG compressed at 300 DPI at 24-bit is a 36 megabyte file.
Yeah.
I mean, this is amazing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is so crazy. Look at that. Look at all that detail.
It is, yeah.
You can see my screws that are holding the lens plate.
Yeah.
See? C'est écœurant comme. J'ai même envoyé le. And I scanned this not from a negative, I scanned this from a print.
Hmm.
Boy,
OK, parce que c'est le direct positive, ça aussi.
Non, 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 non. Ça, c'est. Non, non, lui, c'est un négatif. Qu'est-ce qu'il a fait? C'est un contact print. So what he did was he took the negative, put it on top of an 8x10 paper, put a
Right.
glass on top of that, and with his enlarger exposed.
Ouais. OK,
Say.
c'est un contact.
Puis je vais te l'amener demain. I'll show you guys. He put his process on the back, everything that he did to get to this point.
Yeah. It's a nice
Vraiment,
shot. Yeah.
c'est vraiment, vraiment écœurant.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that. But I'll be honest with you, it's a totally different type of photography.
Really.
You know, one of the things that I really loved about spending the time what I did with Andre is that we both were on the same level of not patience, but you know, we both gave each other the time it took to set up our cameras, to take our shots, to jazz entre what do you think if I do the exposure here and if I do the exposure, you know, and get a back and forth from each other.
Yeah.
Jusqu'au point que avant les portraits, on s'est fait tous les deux des portraits. Moi, j'ai fait le portrait en vitre de lui, que j'ai totalement gâché. Mais on a pris chacun 2 photos dans le forêt. And the first one he had chose, evidently, with all the time, because he's got an 8x10, an 8x10, he can't carry, like me, my 4x5, I keep it on the tripod, I put it over my shoulder and I walk. His 8x10, he had to dismantle it, hold it up, put it away. And it was really nice to see Andre say, because at one point I told him, I says, Andre, je pense que t'as perdu ta lumière. And he looked to the side and he says, t'as raison. Oh, well, okay, next. Closes up, shuts everything down, puts it in his bag, picks everything up, and we continue walking till he found something else. C'est un autre style de photographie.
Ouais. All right. Listen, it is a little late.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I kept you guys here longer than usual. Merci beaucoup pour votre participation. Thank
No
you for your
problem.
company. On se voit demain,
Oui.
les 3.
Oui.
Oui.
Je vous souhaite une belle soirée. What's left?
Take care. Dakota, that's for you.
Here's my
Bye,
little
guys.
munchkin.
You can give one to your dad if you want. All right. Take care, guys.
Take care, guys.
Bye, Luke. Bye.
Ciao.